Welcome back. We want to take you to breaking news now because as people in Texas are still reeling from the horrible flooding, a separate incident is unfolding just along the border. The U.S. Customs and Border Patrol announced earlier today.
The Texas border is shut down, military units deployed, trade halted. Why? Because what agents just discovered underground could change everything. This wasn't about illegal crossings or politics. This was something far worse. An underground facility no one saw coming. And retribution. Should the U.S. treat this like a foreign attack? Comment below. What would you do if you were in Trump's shoes? What triggered the sudden and total shutdown of the Texas border wasn't another migrant wave, and it wasn't political theater. At least, not on the surface. This time, it was something buried deep in the desert, something federal agents weren't supposed to find. During what started as a simple patrol sweep along a quiet stretch of the Rio Grande, border agents stumbled on what looked like a collapsed shaft in the dirt. But what they uncovered below wasn't debris. It was the beginning of something far bigger, a discovery that's now rocking every agency in U.S. national security. Before we dive in, hit the like and subscribe buttons for more Trump Wire reports. This wasn't a crude escape tunnel, it was reinforced. Wired, ventilated, a sprawling military-grade network buried under the southern border, professionally built, hidden for years. One official described it as Fort Knox beneath the desert, the most dangerous breach in modern U.S. history. This wasn't immigration, this was infiltration. Within hours, Homeland Security, the FBI, and Army engineers descended. What they found was a labyrinth of corridors, some stretching for miles. Some rooms had servers. Others had food stocks, medical stations, and even bedding. Facial recognition checkpoints tracked every move underground. Encrypted networks ran along the walls. Power was siphoned from U.S. grids. And shockingly, digital logs dated back over 10 years. This tunnel was built while we were building the wall. How? Who let this happen? Trump supporters? Furious, demanding immediate resignations. This wasn't a border breach. It was a national embarrassment. Then came the bombshell. This wasn't just about drugs or smuggling. Inside one section, gear, tactical gear, weapons, surveillance equipment, communication nodes. This pointed to paramilitary use, and possibly something worse. Federal intel analysts warned, this may have been state-sponsored. Foreign powers under our soil. It wasn't just a border issue now, it was a national emergency. And the border? Completely sealed. Texas was locked down. Residents in towns like Eagle Pass and Del Rio reported something chilling. Armored vehicles, helicopters, drone swarms overhead, roads jammed, stores emptied, panic buying. The federal government stayed silent, refusing to share details. Rumors swirled. Terror plots, nuclear materials, espionage. Some even feared a Red Dawn scenario. Trump supporters called for military tribunals. And Democrats? Mostly quiet, until they couldn't be anymore. Was Trump right to focus so heavily on border threats all along? Hit like, subscribe, and drop your thoughts. Was this preventable? The tunnel's construction stunned even seasoned engineers. Noise dampening, acoustic insulation, mock erosion vents to fool aerial drones. And in one chamber, detailed blueprints. When decrypted, the annotation suggested that a possible detailed surveillance had been conducted on multiple U.S. installations, military bases, airports, and water treatment plants. Labeled, tagged, color-coded. This was not drug trafficking. This was reconnaissance. Deep inside the network, forensic teams uncovered something chilling. Mock-ups, miniature models of real U.S. facilities. It looked like a rehearsal room, training grounds for sabotage. These models appeared to be used for rehearsals, suggesting that the group behind the tunnels had conducted physical run-throughs of infiltration or sabotage scenarios. And in another hidden chamber, biological residue. Evidence of controlled testing chambers tightly sealed and atmospherically isolated pointed toward trials involving biological or chemical agents. The Pentagon moved fast. NATO was briefed. The UN alerted. As the investigation grew, one word echoed louder: subterranean insurgency, a phrase used to describe threats that burrow rather than invade. Satellite imagery showed tunnel construction aligned with major news events. Satellite imagery from the past 10 years revealed that construction often intensified during moments of political chaos or major media distraction. For instance, phases of the tunnel's growth coincided with natural disasters, political scandals, and large-scale protests. While Americans focused on scandals, protests, or storms, digging intensified. And worst of all, the tunnels ran dangerously close to the Ogallala Aquifer, a key water supply for millions. If contaminated, catastrophic. This wasn't just about security anymore. It was environmental warfare. Even top analysts admitted, "We don't know how deep this goes," literally. And then came the most disturbing part. Documents recovered suggested the tunnels were part of a coalition. Cartels, paramilitaries, possibly rogue foreign agents, working together, sharing skills. The structure wasn't just hidden, it was funded. The Texas border shutdown isn't just about tunnels. It's about what America missed, right under its feet. But that's just the beginning. If this happened in Texas, what else are we not seeing? This video discusses real facts alongside speculative analysis. It is true that underground tunnels have been discovered beneath the US-Mexico border, and many have been used for smuggling operations. However, the broader scenarios presented, including potential paramilitary activity, are not verified by official sources and should be understood as theoretical possibilities, not confirmed facts.